I wanted to make an episode for the week, but Sarah got called off to work. Can't really work on stuff if you're not there to work on stuff. So I didn't want to miss out on bringing an episode to the people. So today, I'm gonna show you the rental car I got, I guess, and show you some of the countryside. And maybe I'll stop and get some food, and you'll see what my adventure at work looks like. This is the rental. It's an intermediate SUV, just like I booked. This is what an intermediate SUV looks like, because that's what I booked. It's not, is it? But it's what I got, and I think it's probably nicer than an intermediate SUV. It's a Ford pickup truck. Probably like a 2024-ish, 2023 maybe? I'm not sure. It's got about 20,000 kilometers on it. It says Ford. It's got 10 gears in the transmission. I don't know what engine it has. It has cloth interior. Pretty nice. Look at it, it's got all sorts of fancy graphics and things. I do really like the material of the seats. It's got quite a bit of texture to it. Tires are fine for the rain. Wouldn't want them in the snow, but it's not snowing, so that doesn't matter. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to be at work, so I guess I better hit the road. I'm gonna strap the GoPro on, pointing forward, because we're in kind of pretty countryside. Maybe you guys would like to see that for a while. First of all, turn that. Oh, and that turns the wipers on automatically. Okay. Wow, look at it's built Ford tough. Normal active, return to eco. Yes. No, apparently not. Okay, I don't get a choice there. Now there's this knobby here which says drive mode. And then it's got this, which is like locking differential. See, it makes a light up there. That's kind of cool. It's got 4x4 and different 4x4. Now if you turn this knob, then you get normal driving mode and slippery. That automatically turns on the 4x4. And then you can have off-road. Oh, that's it. What else we got? Oh, got tow haul. Got eco. Oh, 4x4 shift again. Sport. That's what we want. Look at sport mode. We'll use eco mode because we don't need sport mode in the rain. It's got 10 gears in the transmission because it says 10 when you pull it into gear, but that's about as much as I know about it. We're gonna strap you guys to the windshield going forward so you can sort of see what's happening, and it's a pretty countryside, so just, you know, hang out, enjoy. When I've got something more to say, then we'll talk. Now folks, if this was a good car review, I imagine this is the point in time where they'd have some dramatic video of the vehicle driving by, and you'd hear a voiceover telling you the specs of the equipped engine and the optionals and how much it costs. Honestly, I don't know if it was a 2.7 or a 3.5. It was a V6. If it was a 2.7, well, it probably had about 325 horsepower. If it was a 3.5, it had 400. Either way, this thing seemed to have enough power. I wouldn't call it great, but it had enough power. The 10-speed transmission is actually quite excellent, and it's seamless shifting, and it, you know, with that many gears, it just feels awesome when it starts to pull. As for the price, if you were looking to get one MSRP, equip something similar to the one that I had, you're looking for about $68,000 Canadian, which is like around 50 grand US dollar. Which to my way of thinking, well, it's a lot of money to pay. Maybe it's just sort of what they cost. Maybe stuff just costs too much these days. I would definitely shop around for a used one if it were me. Now, before anyone's wasted too much time and feels disappointed, I don't have any dramatic footage of me driving it around. I'm only one guy and have a GoPro that I stuck to the windshield. You can look at the scenery if you like, or, you know, you can find a video where there is Ford dramatic driving around stuff. It's raining just enough, it's hard to like film the drive, and pretty sure GoPros aren't waterproof, so now you just get to talk to me for a minute. Ford truck's great. I'm reasonably comfortable. We've been driving for an hour. It says it gets 9.3 liters per 100 kilometers, which I think in God's American is like 25 miles per gallon-ish, somewhere in there. We haven't used very much fuel is the short version, like for a pickup truck especially. We've been going steady 60 miles an hour, such is the limit. And, oh, it's telling me something. Oh, there's a text message to read. It hooks up to your phone really easy. That's pretty neat as far as like tech features. It also has lane control, like it'll tell you where to go so you can drive with no hands on, and it'll almost fix itself, though not quite. Now this is a pretty curvy road, but it seems to work a lot better on the right-hand side than the left-hand side, though. It'll keep you out of the ditch, but it might not keep you out of traffic, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I don't know if it likes white better than yellow, or it tells me to keep your hands on the steering wheel eventually, but it sort of self-drives anyways. Like, it's not bad. It's enough that it's less concerning, but right now, like, we're on the wrong side of the road. But it did fix it. Oh, now it tells me to steer again. Driver alert, rest is suggested. Now, I just got up a couple hours ago, so that's just a little bit rude. Anyways, that's the story. We should be arriving at our little town for lunch here shortly, which, by the way, since I forgot to mention it, the drive is from Terrace, British Columbia to Prince Rupert. And it's like, I don't know, 70 miles or something like that. It's a gorgeous place to drive if you ever get a chance. I'd recommend. And if you don't know where Prince Rupert is, well, it's basically a hop, skip, and a jump from Alaska. I'll catch up with you after lunch, or maybe at lunch or something. We'll see. We have arrived in Prince Rupert. Now, we're just stopping for lunch quick because it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. And then we're going to carry on to wherever our actual work site is. At which point in time, I have to go to work, and I'll catch up with you afterwards. Meanwhile, the boss man said this is the place to go for lunch, so we're at Dolly's Fish Market. I'll let you know how it was. One other thing to show you that's kind of neat is back seat has a totally flat floor, and it's just excellent for putting stuff that slides around. That's not what I'm trying to say. There's lots of room back there is what I'm trying to tell you, and you can set stuff there and it's good. There's no hump in the middle. It's not hard to find places to put stuff. There's a ton of room back there, so that's good. So it's a couple days later. We've had the Ford for, well, a couple days, and I've got this to say about it. It's fine. It's got lots of horsepower.
Head southeast toward Highway 599.
GPS hooks to your phone really well.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Highway 599.
Like, it's been a good little drive. Really enjoyed having a vehicle. But therein lies the problem, I guess, is that it's just a vehicle. You know, like, it's nothing special. It doesn't have any soul, you know?
On Highway 599.
Well, we got a prime opportunity right here. Sport mode. Engaged. Sport mode. Ready, set. There we go. It seems to be able to spin the tires on wet roads quite well. Everything can do that though, so it's just sort of a driving vehicle. Doesn't sound any good, you know, it's okay. That's all there is to it. Would I rent again? If I had to choose between this and any vehicle I've never driven, I'd choose the other option because it's too boring. I think therein lies the worst problem with this Ford, is that it's boring. It's perfectly fine. But if you had to choose between this and any car that you've never driven, I'd take the any car option. Even if it's something that's probably gonna be worse. But what if it isn't? Because maybe it'll be interesting. If you were just looking for a vehicle to drive, this thing's just fine, you know? It's just fine to drive. But if you wanted something that was good, well, that'd be a different story. Because this isn't good. It's just kind of a car to drive. A pickup, I guess, to drive. Meanwhile, that's about all I've got to say about it, you know? I got to rent it. I got to have it for a couple days. I wouldn't buy one. And not because it isn't good. It's just fine. It's just because it's boring. Maybe it'd be better with some noisy exhaust, but it's a 6-cylinder. How good's it gonna sound? I don't know if anything could improve it. Even if you had wild horsepower with it, I think it'd still be a boring place to be. Which is too bad. On the plus side, it being a boring vehicle means you can enjoy the view, which is what we're gonna do for the next couple hours on our way to the airport. Thanks for watching this episode of Heathen's Garage. We'll see you next time. Bye.